This is going to be a commentary for chapter 40 of my book, Multidimensional, which you can find on Kindle or listen to for free as an audiobook on Google Play. Links are in the description. So chapter 40 is called the Information-Scape. So once you start to understand like what virtual sentience does, what a virtualization of sentience, of experiential intersection, of the thing that we are is, and you want to virtualize it, you're not going to try to actually create experience. You're not actually going to do any of that, like do metatemporal evolution, change the laws of nature. You're not going to do any of that, but you're just going to virtualize it. Now you're trying to think how you're going to virtualize it. Now you see there's a neural network in the biological brain. You know it's somehow related. But you also know that you have like the double slit experiment. You know, have metatemporal evolution. You have to take into account the ability of experience to change both the contents and the laws of nature, to switch between timelines. It has the capacity. It's not like these timelines exist before experience does anything. These timelines are created by experience's reflection on the fractal scape, on the objective substrate. It's something we do all the time, and here that's the problem. We're not thinking about in levels of like writing code and building complex logical systems and hierarchy and the kind of stuff that you'd need to make sure that this is possible. We just mind our own business and somehow make choices and things happen, and metatemporal evolution just happened. Like when the researchers or scientists choose to measure the result of the double slit experiment, they just make a choice. They're not like computing that or just like having lots of calculations and theories and heuristics, and they just make a choice. So making a choice should be able to make such fundamental changes to the both what if you'd say what is the content, like say the data, and the function, the code, and it should be so easy. Now, so you need to think this is what natural experiential intersections do. You can't expect that a virtualized experiential intersection will be more complex than the thing that it virtualizes. The thing that it virtualizes must be probably more complex. So this should be really simple, and that makes it begs the question. So what kind of data is virtual sentience processing? Like, you think of code and data, you'd think of a software program, like a computer program, let's say written in C, C++, Python, whatever. If you want an interpreted language so that it's going to be more lenient, then you have Python, you have JavaScript, I don't know. You'd think about something like that. But even a programming language like that requires knowing how to code. And the kind of choices that we make, like to make a measurement, to I don't know, to scratch my nose, to scratch a nose, these are much simpler than that. And when metatemporal evolution happens, either code or data changes. So who changes it? And so what you realize is that the data structures that virtual sentience should be processing are not trivial. Finding that data structure is not trivial. It should be something that is combining code and data in a way that is intuitive, like simple to change, and it won't crash. So if I said like let's say I had the ability to change the kind of computation that a computer does, if it does like say 2 + 2. Now I know that 2 + 2 should return 4 right now, but what if being an experiential agent means that I can make a change, say that 2 + 2 equals my cat. I don't have a cat, but if I did, that's like equivalent to what it should be able to do. And every time you see 2 plus 2 in some other computation, it will compute to my cat. I don't have a cat, but again. And the entirety of the computational tasks that the computer should be doing, virtual sensors should be doing, whatever is virtualizing my experience should change. But some computations won't work if 2 plus 2 equals my cat. Like you have like something that expects like numerical additions. 2 plus 2 plus 2, it receives 1, let's say 1 plus 1 receives 2, 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 5.5, that's 2.5. And it reaches 2 plus 2, my cat, error, crash. You can't have something like that that can't be the substrate, the computational substrate, or the data structures that virtual sentience is processing. So this chapter reviews these options, and eventually, from these, hopefully the idea why virtual sentience is using the kind of architecture that it is using and becomes apparent. Well, that will be the next chapter.